Hello and welcome to Breathing Design. In this video, we're going to be learning how to import and export a CAD file in and out of Revit. So before we learn how to import a CAD file, let's just take a look at how to export this particular floor plan into a CAD file. So to do that, this project was actually entirely modeled in Revit. So this is what it looks like in 3D, and this is the floor plan of the ground floor. So if you want to export this to a CAD file, like if your client or if the company or anywhere that you work or your college or anywhere, if they don't have access to Revit and they want this particular house floor plan in CAD files, so you can easily import anything. Like you can import floor plans to CAD. You can export floor plans to CAD files. You can export elevations, you can export 3D views, and you can export sections and all of these things. It's pretty easy to export any of the files to CAD files, any of the Revit files to CAD files. So for example, I want to export this particular floor plan. Let me also tell you that this same method can be used for anything. Like you've created something in Revit, say for example, this is the dining table that you've created entirely in Revit, and you want to export a CAD block of this particular dining table. You can do that as well. You can take this out separately and you can just export this particular thing so that it becomes a CAD block. So similarly, you can use this particular method for any of the Revit files and you can export it to CAD formats. So for now, I'm just gonna export this floor plan. So to do that, the first thing is make sure everything is set correctly. Like you don't want, for example, if you don't want the sink to be seen in the floor plan, just hide it like this. And if you don't want this, just hide that, or whatever it is, just set everything properly. And in this floor plan particularly, I don't want the compound elements to be seen. So for that, I'm just gonna be going to this crop view. So under properties and under extents, just check all of these boxes, that is crop view, crop region, annotation, crop. So once you do that, you have these things, uh, the crop boundaries. So with the help of those, I'm just going to set the boundary to this so that this particular compound wall is not to be seen. Okay, so this is the extent. So only this portion of my drawing, I will be exporting it to CAD. So once you've done that and you've hidden all the elements that you don't want to export, like, okay, even these walls are filled. So if you don't want that, just select everything, go to right click, override graphics by element. Alright, so I've removed the solid block that was there in all of these walls. So this is what it looks like, and I want to export this. This is ready for export. So once it's all set, just go to File and go to Export, and here you have the option of CAD formats. So if you click on that, you have the option of DWG, DXF, DG, and ACIS. So if you're using MicroStation, go ahead with this one. But if you want it in AutoCAD, just press on DWG. Okay, so since this is exactly the boundary, the crop boundary that was set, so with the help of this, you can set it to anything that you want to. So make sure you set the boundaries correctly. So once all of that is done, this is what it looks like, and just press on next and pick a folder that you want to export it to, and assign it a proper name, and make sure the file is in the correct type and press OK. Okay, so this window pops up because there are a certain elements that I've hidden from the floor plan. So I don't want them to be seen in the CAD plan. So I'm just gonna click on leave the temporary hide or isolate mode on and export. But if you want to export the entire thing, whatever it is that you have modeled, you can just go ahead and, turn it off. But I want to keep certain items hidden, so I'm just going to go and click on this. All right, so the export is completed. Now let's quickly take a look at what it looks like in AutoCAD. All right, as you can see, this is what it looks like, and all of these colors are assigned naturally. You can just go ahead and change that later. So this is what it looks like in AutoCAD, and you can send this file to anyone that you want to send it to, and this is how it's done. Now I want to import this particular CAD file into Revit. So let's close this. All right. So this is basically a new file that I've opened, and you want to start off your project by importing a CAD plan. So to do that, go to Insert, and here you have various options. You can not only import CAD, you can also link another Revit file. You can import PDF or images. There are too many options to pick from here. So when we're talking about CAD in particular, we have two options. One is link CAD and the other one is import CAD. Now, the major difference between link and import CAD is when it comes to import CAD, only you will be able to view this file. Like I've imported a certain floor plan and I've started modeling the whole thing. Now, if I've sent the file to someone else, say for example, my partner who I've been working with. Now, if that person wants to view the CAD file that I've imported, like this CAD file, he won't be able to see it. It won't be visible to him. Now, if I pick this option and if I import a CAD file, now anyone else who has access to this particular project file will be able to see the CAD plan as well. They will be able to see the plans that were imported and how it was done and all of those things. But if we pick import CAD, it is just for us, like for our personal use, for our reference only. So if you're doing a personal project, I suggest you use this one. If you're using a shared central model or something like that, just go with link CAD. So I've clicked on import CAD and select the CAD file that you want to import. And here are a couple of options that like choices that are given to you. If you want the colors to be preserved, like as we saw in the CAD file, it was colorful. So if you want the same colors, you can keep that as well. But if you want to keep it black and white to avoid confusion and maintain uniformity, you can do that. I'll just later show you what both these options look like. And the other things are levels and import units. All of this, I suggest you keep it the way it is. There is no need to change it. But if you want to go for like manual positioning, you can choose that. If you want, say for example, you have multi-level building or something like that, and you want to import it to a certain level, say for example, level 5 or level 6. So here you'll get those options of choosing a level. So you can pick that level and you can place it at that particular level, and just make sure both these boxes are checked and just press on open. All right. So this is what it looks like. Uh, to make sure that the scale and the unit are correct, let me just measure the dimension. As you can see, it is in inches and the scale is also correct because I had modeled a 6-inch wall before. So it looks fine. And if you want to do this in black and white, just select this and go to black and white and press on open. Okay, you can't really see it. So okay, another thing is once you import it, the plan will be pinned. So before you move it, you have to unpin it by clicking on this pin. Once it's unpinned, you can move it around like this As you can see, this is in black and white. So these are the two options. You can go for whichever one you want to. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you have any doubts or concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below.